Ah, what do we have here? I bet I know. It's Fragile. I bet it's Italian. Oh, that's my address. Let's see. Oh, we know who these guys are. They make fun stuff for you. Okay. So this is kind of cool. I guess I'm gonna do like an unboxing sort of thing here. Let's see how it looks like in the box. Alright, well, in case there's a toilet paper shortage again. A little rough around the outside. Alright, where did I get here? Looks like, oh, that's gonna be the fender grommet. Ooh, daddy like. It's an advanced induction system. Okay, come on, guys. I mean, I believe you. I believe you. Put this side here. Ah, shiza. All right, so that will sit with the grommet. I imagine this hole is for the actual intake. Ooh, let's feel down in here. That's smooth. We all love sexy laminar airflow. Oh, thank you. I am loyal. You guys are awesome. Oh, this is the filter. This is the filter. Let's open you up and see what we got. All right, we're blue. We're blue. But, you know, I'm trying to feel down in there. That's what she said. Okay. That's... Alright, I was kind of expecting a Venturi effect, but... Okay, yeah, alright, I feel it. I feel it. There's a lip in here. So this is acting like a Venturi horn. Now what's interesting, you can see down in there. Can I open this without tearing stuff? Anyway, you can see down in there. So it's shaped both like a funnel, and it looks like we're gonna get a stack of air. So it's gonna be a little bit higher pressure, especially at higher RPM. Yeah, so it's going to be directed, it's going to hit this curved bit. Alright, and so the Venturi horn, you can Google it, it's safe, it's not a dirty word. It's typically something that happens in race truck. Look at that. Ah, the decals. Yes, I got two. I'm so special with two. All right, but you're going back now, and all right, as a quick recap, we're going to talk about why I am replacing the Volante. The Volante definitely has its purposes and its place, but it does not fit in the R51 application. I had to do some horn trimming to make it fit. I'm probably going to replace those now because it's junk. Because it doesn't really seal. So the way this is, you know, it's got the cool thing where you can definitely look down and see your filter, but it doesn't actually keep out water. And last but not least, there is a piece that's kind of a scoop to come down here that works with the Frontier, but with me, it just means I'm going to hydrolock my engine. And the reason I say that is because here's an example of what my last mass airflow looked like with the stock airbox in place, and that is muddy water. Does not mix well, does not mix well with electronics. So I'm looking for some upgrades to this from the Z1. The other problem that I had was, let's see if I can get in here. These hard lines, I don't like that they are pressed hard and actually being pushed a little bit by the air box from Volante. This is the, of course, the ABS control, or the, yeah, it's the block with the hard lines. Everything else about it was, it was fine. In this filthy application, you can see the fender grommet, and you can see the Venturi horn, which is the darker piece right here. And so the movement is limited, but that's not as inspiring as I quite want it to be. I'm sure we'll get a solution. Oh, wow. Okay, a little dirty now, but the advanced induction system is in place. A little bit of wobble, which is kind of to be expected on rubber grommets. That's fine. I will say this. Yeah, we're good so far. This is what it looks like. Here's the hole. There's, somebody made this so dirty. All right. All right, so some nice touches here. A little Z1 branding on the control valve hose. Some nice gasketry here. It's a nice touch. It's a good angle. Make sure I got it tight enough. Hose clamps. You got a decreasing radius here. I guess that's to maintain the velocity, or almost act like a second horn. I'm not sure. Install wasn't terrible. Once you've done it about 4 or 5 times, so there's no flex here. My only worry, I think, is, you know, bouncing around on an obstacle. No, I guess that's pretty snug, and that's going to give it the flex it needs. Okay, so if you can see, I don't know if you can tell in here, see where it says, I don't know, B1002810 whatever that is. So that grommet extends all the way in there from here, and that is what is going to be essentially your splash guard. So I guess really what you need to know, guys, is you're not, what we're really trying to do here, for people that are wondering, is reduce the restrictions. Now, I'll say this. So this will reduce the restrictions on intake. It should, given there's a Venturi horn. There's actually kind of two, but there's one at the beginning of the intake, snazzy, that you can see it. That will provide a stack. You've got a long pulse here, which is a little bit of detriment typically at low speeds, because it takes a lot to get that mass of air moving. But the mass of air, once it picks up speed, will start hammering that throttle body to get a good effect there. And then I looked at the inside of the tube. Sorry, it's already installed, but there's a lot of, it's pretty smooth. So there's going to be some good laminar airflow. The only disruption will be, of course, the mass airflow sensor, which you need. So keep in mind, all we're really doing is making sure that it can eat pretty well. All right, it's running. I don't have a partner, so can't really have somebody rev the throttle. Yeah, all I'm feeling is the fan. There's nothing, no leaks. Seems like on normal RPM. She's still going to tick down a little bit, and it's probably learning what to do with all the extra air at this point. So, all right, here we are. You get to see my ugly mug, and we are going to do a driving impression. Let's see. Check it for sound. It's a little throatier already. That was 20% throttle, 30% throttle. So keep in mind, if you're new to the cold air intake world, you're reducing a lot of the baffles between the combustion event and the outside. Right, you think about what the stock airbox went through. It had that weird thing to anti-vibrate, and then it had the box, and it had a big old square filter, and then it had like some weird sort of U-shaped thing that everybody cut off and said was the poor man's mod. But you're definitely gonna have a little more throat out of it. I am not in a place yet where I can punch it. Of places that it can come in. It looks like right now the only place that water can come in is through the fender. Now that's great that we've increased the horsepower here, but keep in mind, if you do get the water in there and you do fill your airbox, you have just turned, for a very brief moment of time, you've just turned your motor into like a 300 horsepower, because of the gains, 300 horsepower water pump. And then the valves will come down and eat pistons, and everything will be a little sketch. All right, let's quiet down. Aside from all the squeaks and rattles, this is currently 40 miles an hour. All right, that is not quite arrest territory. It was about 70 or so. So I'll be honest, I like this, but this is, okay, it's a little shove in the back, a little roll on from 50 to 60. I will say that I was concerned in the beginning about the fender grommet, fender air horn kind of thing, how they sort of smoosh together and then were sort of held in place by friction. Unless you're rock hopping, I think you're probably okay. And if you're not okay, there's no catastrophic failure. You're not going to suck those pieces into your intake. At worst, the piece of the Venturi horn that is sitting just, outboard of your fender there, that'll just kind of fall down into your fender liner. If you still have one. And I'm not hearing much more than the and that means that I can drive it for a couple hours at a time. All right, actually, I am going to do it one more time, but from like first gear. So okay, that hit 6.5K, and that was not obtrusive. That wasn't obtrusive. 43 miles to empty. Yeah, that's the other thing, guys. If I'm going to get a cold air intake and keep my foot out of it, and then I'll get hundreds of miles to the gallon. The only time you're going to get hundreds is if you're talking about furlongs per gallon. Like, oh yeah, I get 106 furlongs per gallon. It's nice. It's nice. I just waved to an Xterra like we're both driving Jeeps. They did not wave back. I'm on a one-man crusade, but we can't do the wave, can we? What should the Nissan thing be? Just hold up like failed timing chain guides? I don't know. What is there a sign for that? Like